Hey, how's it going, guys? Chuwi sent out this new MiniBook X, available for $330 on Amazon. So this has 12 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM and 512 gigabytes of internal storage. You might see it say 1 terabyte of storage online or on their title or whatever, but that's not the case. It can be expanded up to 1 terabyte, but it comes with 512 gigabytes to start off with. It can be expanded via SSD or micro SSD. I'll have to double check on that one. And there's also a HiPen H8 smart stylus for this laptop / tablet specifically, and this is what it looks like. I'm going to go more over this later. Here is everything that comes in the box, and yes, this laptop is a little smaller than expected, but it does have thin bezels, and it's like a 10.36 inch screen, somewhere around there. So we got the user manual here, the USB-C wall outlet, and a warranty card. This supports up to 1 year warranty if you buy it directly from Chuwi. Yeah, so this is pretty lightweight overall. Actually, yeah, not bad. It's a very small form factor, probably one of the smallest laptops that I've seen so far. And to give some context, in terms of how big the screen is, it's like, this is the Fire Max 11 here. It not dominates, but it's definitely noticeably bigger. Actually, maybe more slightly bigger. But yeah, it takes the whole screen and then some. And the bezels are not thin like they were advertising. This kind of looks like a regular tablet-sized bezel. Maybe a little bit thinner than that, but they're not so slim. I mean, anyways, before I go any further, let me just see. Around here, we have the charging port, USB-C port, power button, the LED indicator to tell whether it's on or charging. On the bottom, we have 4 rubber tacks to prevent it from sliding on a curved surface. And then on the other side, we have a 3.5mm headphone jack. Again, pretty rare to see these days. Then we got some it looks like this might be the speaker grill on the side here. Is there another one? Looks like it might be only emitting from one side. I'll have to confirm once I start actually using this and watching a video or two on here. The keyboard does light up, has 2 modes. Not too bad. The keyboard is pretty responsive. It has some good feedback, no complaints there. As well as the trackpad, it is responsive again. It feels smooth to the touch, no issues there. There's multifunction, I believe, on this. With 2 fingers, you can zoom in or out on a page, left or right, up or down, using 2 fingers to hover around. And remember, this is a touch screen, so you can simply use your finger here without any issues. And then the other thing is that this can also be used in a tent mode, which looks just like this. Really one of my favorite features in these 2-in-1 laptops is it makes it easy to watch videos when you're watching them or whatever it is you're looking at. And then also tablet mode. And it's going to feel a little heavier than a tablet, as to be expected, because you have the whole back part here along with the keys. And whatever you press on the keys, it's not going to show up on the screen, so nothing to worry about there. It's going to work just like a laptop where you just use the touch screen, and that's pretty much all you're going to work with, or all you have to work with. And in this instance, this 2-in-1 cannot be detached from its model. It has to stay put. The screen, I mean. So here are the specs, and it does have 12 gigabytes of RAM. It says 11.7 is usable. I'm glad that it does have 12 gigs, because these days people are kind of mixing in RAM and VRAM together, at least for the tablet side. So it feels a little disingenuous, but it's nice to know that it's there. The processor is an Intel N100, clocked at 800 megahertz. Hopefully it can be at a higher clock speed down the line. I hope that's not, it might just be like that by default. I'm hoping so. And it is Windows 11 Home. In terms of storage space, we do have a decent amount here. It says there's 474 gigabytes free out of 512. So that's still a decent amount left. But yeah, for a regular laptop, I don't know. I feel like I have 512 gigs, and it quickly gets taken up by a lot of videos. If you're doing video editing or even games, that's going to take up your storage space really quickly. But for general use, it won't be a problem. It shouldn't be, at least. Here is the webcam or camera. Nothing to be really excited about. It seems like it's okay for video call or Skype call, whatever you want to call it. Thought I just took a picture there. There we go. And this is what it comes out like. Yeah, just okay. Alright, so first game here is Asphalt 8 Airborne, and it seems to be running pretty well. I think there might be some slight frame rate drops here. This one is optimized to play on low-end devices. Yeah, I'm noticing some lag here. Still playable, though. Graphics look pretty nice. Maybe if turn some settings down, or graphics settings, that might help a little bit. It looks like we can't do much except for changing the effects and not much more besides that. So this is pretty much mostly what you can expect from this game. Again, still playable. It's not awful. But I noticed some frame rate drops. Oh, and the other thing is that this is a 1920 by 1200 display clocked at 50 hertz. So that's probably why I'm seeing this slightly like weird frame rate. I'm not sure why it's 50. I wish it was 60. That would be nice. But the show must go on. Next game here is Roblox. And by the way, this and Asphalt 8 were downloaded via the Windows Store. So I'm guessing and assuming these games might be a little more optimized than games from Steam. But we'll check out Steam in just a moment. And again, this is playable. It's not that bad. I'm not noticing too many like frame rate drops or anything. It's relatively smooth, I would say. I guess I do notice it like not being completely smooth, so there might be some frame rate drops here or there. But again, this is playable. It's doing a pretty good job so far, and the graphics look pretty nice. I guess I'm just used to using the graphics or using the tablets more so, the Android tablets, and the graphics are like much worse on there. So that's why it feels like an upgrade for me here. And here's what was set up for graphics. I guess everything was pretty much at like a higher level, so yeah, not bad. Next game here is Dark Souls Prepare to Unalive Edition, and on here it just crashed last time I went into PC settings. Up, same thing happened again, unfortunately, so that stinks. Apparently you can at least stream on here, so that would be kind of cool. Pretty nice that streaming is allowed. That's one thing that can kind of save it, but I really wasn't expecting too much. You can do some light gaming as we saw with RuneScape, Roblox, and doing basic things, not really a problem here. The tent mode is nice. The form factor is really what this has going for it. If you're looking for something that's not too big, about 10 inches, and you're fine with this, because you can still watch videos and everything, then yeah, this is the one to go for. Oh, let me see if I can get this loaded. Curious to see what happens here. Look at that. It actually loaded up. That's nice. But it's so choppy. This is Dark Souls 1, by the way. A very old game. So yeah, these type of games will not be compatible or run well. And again, the form factors are really what this has going for it. Besides that, I really don't see much of a need, I would say. Except if you're going to be drawing and stuff. And they do have their own pen that they sell, which is the High Pen H8 Smart Stylus, and they were nice enough to send this out too. Unfortunately, my unit does not work, and they even mentioned that they have a problem with this one, so it's not worth picking this up. And they'd be nice enough to send another one out to me, but I prefer to get the consumer experience. And if there are more defects than not, then there's no point in getting this stylus. So stay away from this one. If there's another stylus that they sell that's good, then I'll let you know. I'll put something in the comments section. But let me know what you guys think. Is this worth getting? Is this something you would buy? Because this is a really small form factor. One of the smallest Windows tablets or laptops that I've seen. So I don't know exactly, besides it being, easy to carry around, putting in your backpack. That's really why I would get this. And for basic tasks, so that you don't get distracted from schoolwork or whatever. That's really what I can think of for this. But let me know what you guys think. And as always, guys, thanks for watching.